Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Monday, December 12th. We have an informative show for you today, and it's all on location. First, we'll be out at the Steele County Food Shelf. We'll be talking with Stormy Trom, hear all about her retirement. And then later on, we're on location at the Hospitality House visiting with Deacon Pat Fagan, and we'll hear more about what's going on there. Owatonna Today welcomes your suggestions and comments regarding show topics and guests, and you can do so by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by contacting our show's producer, Leanne T at 390-5751. Leanne would love to hear from you. Meanwhile, we will take a break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll see you down at the Steele County Food Shelf. Please stay with us.
Advancing the common good means creating opportunities for a better life for all.
United Way is focused on building blocks for a better life, a stable income, good education, and access to health care.
Our goal is to create long-lasting changes by addressing the underlying causes of problems.
Living United means being a part of the change and taking action.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
If clothing catches fire, stop, drop, and roll. If your clothes catch on fire, do not panic and run. This only fans the fire. Stop where you are, drop to the ground, and roll over and over to smother the flames. Cover your face with your hands to protect your eyes and your throat and lungs from the burns. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're on location at the Steele County Food Shelf. And I have the pleasure of interviewing Stormy Trom, who's the director here at the Food Shelf. And thank you for having us, Stormy.
Thank you for coming.
And the reason we're here today is to hear more about the Food Shelf. But we have a bittersweet moment here as Stormy Trom has decided to retire. So we're going to hear all about that adventure as well. And so, Stormy, tell us a little bit about yourself for maybe those that are watching for the first time.
My name is Stormy Trom, and a lot of times people want to know where I got that name. But that'll be that was a given name by my dad. I mean, he actually wanted to call me that. So it is a nickname. However, my real name is Ernestine Trom, and that is my mother's name. So we'll get over that. That's one of the things people ask me when I go out to speaking engagements. Nothing about what I was speaking about, but where'd you get that name? So I'll get that right out there.
So Stormy, share with us a little bit. What do you like to do away from the food shelf as you face retirement?
Well, we live on a farm in Blooming Prairie, and I have grandchildren that I love to spend time with. We have horses, so we do a lot of horseback riding. That's one of my goals, is to spend more time doing that. One of my granddaughters shows horses. But a lot of what we do is we do trail riding. Last summer, though, we went out to the Bighorn Mountains in Wyoming. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do more of that and, longer times now that I'm not working.
Mm-hmm. The challenges of being a food shelf director have really agreed with you. You've been in this job how long?
I have actually been in this position for 23 years total. Mm-hmm. But I did start out working on the board of directors when before the Steele County Food Shelf was officially incorporated. So I have been with the organization a long time, but working as the executive director since 1995.
Wow. Well, it's agreed with you. You look marvelous.
Oh, thank you.
And, we wish you well as you venture into the next chapter. Tell us, what was your interest in the food shelf? How did you initially have an interest or a passion for it?
At the time that I was becoming involved more and more with this, I was working at a church in Blooming Prairie, and the pastor there actually was really busy. It was during the 80s, and that was a real tough economic time for a lot of folks. And Dr. Arneson from Owatonna was doing a lot of outreach work for the group that initiated the search to see if we really needed a food shelf in Steele County. And I got to visit with Dr. Arneson and became more and more involved working with him and a lot of other people in our community here in Owatonna to do a county-based food shelf, not just a one stop in each little community, but we wanted to make sure that everyone in Steele County was going to be able to access resources that we'd gather.
So once you initiated that and you wanted to have a central depot, so to speak, what has been the evolution that you've seen over the years from when you started, the rules of the road, so to speak, and just the general evolution of the food shelf over time?
Well, when we started this, we were hoping that we were going through a time that people were in need, but that we would evolve out of that. Our hope initially was that we would be there temporarily and be able to close the doors at some point in time, not totally, but the amount of people that were using these services would start to diminish. That, in fact, was not the case. Over the years, I think when we started, I was serving, and all our volunteers and everyone involved, about 150 households a month. And now we're up to serving about 600 families a month and about 1,200 individuals that live in those households monthly. And what's causing all of this is it's been really hard for people to get living wage jobs. So they'll come in here and they'll put down their income and their expenses, and it's not too hard and too long for us to see the challenges that a lot of folks are facing. And it's driven a lot by incomes.
When you discovered that it was going to be a non-ending goal, how did the business end of it change for you?
Well, when the food shelf started, it was a lot of donations that would come in to the churches. They do collections. After they started to see more and more people, that wasn't going to be enough to handle the need. So we started working with agencies like the United Way, and there was also state dollars that came into play through Minnesota Food Share, which is a new organization. Prior to that, it was another agency that helped handle all the state dollars. We started looking at federal dollars. So we do get some of that, but the majority of what has supported this over the years is some local businesses that have given us outstanding donations, and the individuals that those checks are coming in, the $5, the $25, the $100 checks. So we're really seeing that broad base of support from this community, which has helped us to be able to do what we do.
I also know that besides that aspect of it, then there's some things you fall short on because you have to try and, for your inventory, present a balanced dietary needs. So is there a bidding process that goes on as well? With explain that, how you have to fill that niche.
That is one of the things that we do here. We have access to the food bank in Rochester, which is part of the Feeding America program. Now, a lot of our grocery stores in our community are part of the Feeding America program, which you need to be a 501c3 to be involved with that, and also connected with the Channel 1 Food Bank. So now we've boosted that up to going out daily and getting donations from a lot of the stores in our community, and being able to shop in Rochester and get the federal commodities, USDA product. So all of that helps us to continue to serve our 10-day package of food. When we started, we were serving a 3, and then we went to a 7, and now we're at a 10-day package. So we're just a supplemental program. We never were intended to help people the entire month, but just to try to ease that food budget somewhat for a lot of the families that come here.
Why did you decide to stay with it? I know there's probably had to have been some challenging times. Why did you decide to stay into this?
When I started this job, I was actually, some of my kids were still at home, and as I said, we a farm family. And I told Dr. Arneson, we had gone through some wonderful directors at that time, but the early stages were difficult because none of the systems were in place, so our boards had a lot of work to do, and it was pretty challenging. But I came from the board, so I knew exactly where they were headed and what their hopes were. We were always going to be an agency that was interested in providing healthy food. It wasn't just about giving people whatever food. So we had early on a dietitian on our board and doctors and nurses. So I just saw it as a very quality program. And I could see the difference it made in a lot of the lives of people that came here and continue to come here over the years. It's a resource that people need. Mm-hmm. It's our basic need, food. And without that, people can't move on mm-hmm. and achieve. And I just felt that that was a very worthwhile place to be in my life, to be part of all of this. And that's why I was here, was to help people that were struggling and trying to help them get a leg up with dignity. And what would be your legacy as you step out of this position that you would want people to know about you that's close to your heart? What would be your legacy for the food? For the food shelf? For you being here, yeah. For me being here, it's just part of who I am. I've always been a strong advocate for social justice and change for the better. And not to forget and give voice to those who are struggling in our communities, because we are all community. And for my legacy, it's just for all of us to remember that and to do what we can do for one another. Now, when will you actually leave your position here? My official end date is December 30th. Okay. So. And how will the transition be? Will the food shelf still be the same? You want to share how that's going to go so people will know? Actually, our board of directors were told a year ago that there was going to be a transition, and we are happy to announce that we have identified a new director, and she's been working here already for a month. So we're trying to make it as smooth as possible. I think Nancy will be a great addition to this community and our program, and wish everyone well. Thank you, Stormy. You will be missed. You are a person we enjoy seeing, and you will be missed, especially at the food sampler. So thank you. Okay. Have fun in retirement. All right. We will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I'm Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Since 1988, the Owatonna Area Business Development Center has been the part of the success of many area businesses. The center leases office space and manufacturing space and offers on-site business consulting. The Owatonna Area Business Development Center is in business to help your business be a success.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're on location today at the Hospitality House here in Owatonna, and we're visiting with Deacon Pat Fagan. Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you for coming to the house to do this interview.
Deacon Pat, why don't you share with our viewers a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, my wife and I moved here in 2005. I was to be the pastoral associate at St. Joseph Parish Church here in town. I'm a deacon, ordained in 2003, so I just have 13 years now as a deacon. In that capacity as deacon, one of my calls is to work with those who are, work with the poor. And so that's pretty much what's, I think, encouraged me to be drawn into Hospitality House.
And what is your current position with Hospitality House?
Right now I only wear one hat, that of I'm on the board of directors as the treasurer. So I kind of monitor the influx of any donations, pay the bills. We do have bills, even though we are a 501c3. So it keeps doesn't keep me overly busy, but it makes me worry when I think that the cash is going like this and the bills are going the other way. So.
As we all, especially this time of year.
Like any house.
What is Hospitality House?
Hospitality House is a home for homeless men. For those fellas that are transitioning from homelessness to get back into the society on their own. We have our house manager here, Jolene Sheritz, does a fantastic job of helping these guys who may be having a problem locating either a place of their own or, more specifically, a job, steady employment, so that they can live on their own again.
What is capacity here?
Well, when we first started Hospitality House back in 2008, we opened up actually December 3rd, 2008, had our first resident. And there at State Avenue, we had the capacity for about, 8 to 10 comfortably. And we knew pretty much from the beginning we'd need a larger place. Here on Main Street, we have a capacity of a very comfortable house with 13 men here. But we have room to handle 16. And then we go what we call an emergency mode, where we open up the couches and in some cases even the floor to those who really need to get out of the weather. So 13 comfortable, 19 we really know we're pushing our max capability, because we still want it. This is a home. It's not a shelter. We don't want to pile guys on and have them just sit around. It's a home like anybody else's home. The guys come and go. Many of them have jobs, and so you really can't have people just laying around on the floor. So,
how many of you served in the span of a year? Say this year, for instance.
I think this past year we've had about 158 different individuals. Like I say, we don't really look at a year of how many people we've handled for over a year, but how many have we handled almost every night times 365.
Wow.
So, granted, the numbers would just escalate unbelievable if we were to go by that kind of thought. But 158 is not an unusual number here.
It's a high number, yeah.
And those aren't folks that are recidive. We do get those too, but we try not to count the guy coming back because he loses one room or another and he needs another night. So these would be 158 individuals.
What's the process if I came to Owatonna, or I'm in Owatonna, I hit on this very difficult time in my life? What would be the process for having a roof over my head here at the Hospitality House?
Well, because most of the time where we are full, it can be difficult. But for someone who is having an issue, they come here, they visit with Jolene. As the house manager, she does an incoming interview. She sees if she has an availability. If there isn't, she'll let them know. She can put them on a waiting list. Gets a feel for what they are doing, where they are going, and tries to then, if they're going to get a room here, then these are the rules. And she'll give them the house rules. And if they follow the house rules, then they can pretty much stay for as long as they want.
Share quickly what those rules are.
Well, no drugs, no alcohol. This is a clean house. Everybody has chores. Each bed has a specific type chore. And yes, we've had guys go from bed to bed saying, well, I don't want to do that. Can I trade beds with you? That's like, can I change chores? But everybody has chores to do here at the house to help keep it clean. And other rules, if you don't have a job, you need to be out daily looking for a job. If you don't have a job and you can't find a job, then you need to be doing community service work. And if they can't get to community service, we have bicycles that they can borrow. They can use the bicycles to get to work.
Ultimately, what is the goal here at Hospitality House for your residents?
Oh, that's a great question. The main goal here is to go ahead and help these men get back on their feet. I know we don't have the resources ourselves to get them back on their feet. But again, Jolene, through all of her contacts over the years, can get these guys going to the right people, talking to the right people, be it the service organizations, job
She'll
search.
make the contacts for them.
Help make the contacts.
What does Christmas look like here at Hospitality House?
I think if you look around, Hospitality House is probably pretty much like anyone's home anywhere at Christmas time. But it is a little bit special, a little bit more special for the guys, many of whom probably haven't had a real Christmas, or at least a pleasant Christmas over the years. Yes, sometimes there's a lot of tears in this house at Christmas time. When guys are given a gift, a wrapped gift with their name on it.
What are some ways the community can help here at Christmas and all year through? Let's, if we could touch on that quickly.
Well, we get meals. We have board members that have gone ahead and taken a step forward. Dick Lalonde, in particular, makes sure that we get meals from the VFW over here, especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And somehow he even sneaks an extra ham, I think from his own refrigerator, to make sure that it can be cooked up for the holiday.
Do you rely totally on donations?
We do. This house is operated 100% by donations and grants. And we've been blessed by several grants to put a new roof on the house, to finish a basement so that it can be a functional room.
From the Owatonna Foundation? From
the Owatonna Foundation in particular. Otto Bremer Foundation has also assisted us, as well as Mardag Foundation. So grants from the local, funds from the local people sent to our P.O. Box 251 here in town.
And also,
or
can they learn about the Hospitality House on your website?
go to the website, hospitalityhouseowatonna.org, and you get pictures of all the rooms. You'll be able to see who's been giving to us foundation-wise, and also, more importantly, to see what our regular daily needs are.
Okay, and a phone number.
The number here at the house is 444-4042.
Okay.
I won't give you Jolene's, though.
Okay, all
It's
right.
busy enough.
Okay. We wish you a Merry Christmas and all the residents here a Merry Christmas, and we thank you for all you do for our community and your board and Jolene.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate all the help.
Yeah. We will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hope you enjoyed visiting with Stormy Trom at the Steele County Food Shelf and with Deacon Pat Fagan down at the Hospitality House. It's now time for our community announcements. The last date for toy drop-off in the collection boxes for Toys for Tots is Tuesday, December 13th. Little Theater of Owatonna announces auditions for its winter comedy, Prelude to a Kiss, 6:30 to 8:30 on Monday, December 12th, and Tuesday, December 13th. The show features a cast of 14 with roles for 6 to 8 men and roles for 4 to 6 women. Scripts are available by contacting Craig Berg at 507-676-0098 or Mary Butler Frazier at 507-363-2377. Show dates will be February 17th through the 19th and February 24th and 26th. The Steele County Toys for Tots program is seeking volunteers to assist with the annual toy distribution that will take place Thursday, December 15th through Saturday, December 17th. If you are interested in volunteering, contact Marianne Higgins, volunteer coordinator at 507-363-6911 or email her at mariannehiggins1955@gmail.com. You are invited to the Steele County Humane Society's Merry Market Saturday, December 17th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Owatonna Eagles Club. Santa will be available for pictures. Owatonna Public Library After Christmas Annual Book Sale, Tuesday, December 27th from 9 to 9, and Wednesday, December 28th, 9 to 1. Hardcover and large soft covers and small paperbacks, it says here 10 cents, and hardcover and large soft covers 25 cents, and AV 25 and up or as marked. Owatonna winter parking regulations are now in effect. Well, we want to thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll tune in on Wednesday when we'll get an update with the Owatonna Police Department, and we'll be down to see the new Children's Literacy Station at the Owatonna Public Library. Until then, have a good day, and we'll see you on Wednesday.